Hey students, how you been? All good? Okay, so today we're gonna start a new story titled as The Bear Story. And in this story, we can see the three main characters. This story basically tells us about the three main characters, that is Lady, Bear and a cook. Note down, Lady, Bear and a cook. These are the three main characters in the story. And the main character bear, who is very friendly and a vegetarian bear. As we all know that mostly bear are very wild and they are not vegetarian, right? Yes, but in this story, this bear is very friendly and who always eat vegetarian food. Okay, so the lady is another main character. One day she was walking on the dense forest. She found a bear who was half dead. And she brought that bear to her house and she cared so much. And after that, that small bear grows into big bear. And that was a friendly, so much friendly to the lady, to the cook and all the other pet animals who lives in that house. And this bear also used to play with all the pets. That means friendly he was. Actually, this bear loves to eat apples. And he always tried to climb the tree and pluck the apples. But whenever he do like that, this lady give him punishments. And what was the punishment? Yes, the lady put on the chain on him for that whole day. And mostly in all the Sundays, that bear will be chained. And in all the Sundays, this lady used to go to her sister's home that was far away from the house. And she goes to the dense forest every Sunday. And at that particular time, this bear will be put on chain. And the look will be take care of that bear. And something happened in one Sunday. What was that? Yes, actually, this lady was ready to go to her sister's home that day. And this bear was chained. And she told the bear that, when I came back here, I will bring some good fruit, some good apples for you. So, behave properly. Likewise, we used to say to small kids like that. The lady told to the bear that, if you behave properly, I will definitely bring you some good apples. Then she started her journey. She was traveling through that. She was walking through the dense forest. Suddenly, she saw someone there in the forest. What was that? That was a bear. And she saw that bear. Then she thought that lady thought that was the same bear in her home. And by seeing that bear, she told the bear that, go home. No need to follow me. Actually, this bear likes to come with this lady. Actually, this bear also want to enjoy his freedom in the dense forest. But this lady won't allow this bear to come with her. And she thought that this was that bear in her home. Then she told the bear that, you just go back to your house. And otherwise, whenever I came back, you will definitely punish. You will be punished for this. Hey bear, if you are not ready to go to the home, I will give you a punishment, definitely. Then that bear was not ready to return home. Then she gave a slap to that bear. Then suddenly that bear left that place. Then she started her journey. When she reached back her home, when she returned back her home, she found that bear was sitting still in that place, still chained. And she started scolding the bear. What you were doing? You followed me to that forest, right? Then the cook came there and the cook was asking that, why are you scolding that bear? The cook asked the lady that, hey mistress, why are you scolding that bear? He had been so good all day and he was waiting for you. And by hearing that, that lady was stunned, astonished. She was not knowing what was happening. This is the story of the bear story. I hope this short sum up is clear for you. So let's go with the textbook, page number 52. Page number 52. Shall we start? The Bear Story, lesson 8 in your textbook. There was once a lady who lived in an old manor house on the border of a big forest. Note down the word manor. Manor means palace. Once upon a time, there lived a lady in a palace near border of the forest. This lady had a pet bear she was very fond of. It had been found in the forest half dead of the hunger, so small and helpless that it had to be brought up on the bottle by the lady and the old cook. Then one day while this lady was traveling on the forest, she found this bear who was a small bear in the forest. Then this lady and cook cared this bear so much, and that suddenly, as usual, this small bear grows into a big one. Actually, they found this bear was half dead in the forest. Then they cared for them. Then both of them cared for this bear and they brought back this bear to the life. Then this was several years ago and now it had grown up to a bigger bear. So big and strong that he could have slain a cow and carried it away between his two paws if he had wanted to. Slain, note down the word slain. Slain means skill. And as usual, as like the human beings grow, animals also grow. So the small bear grows into a big one. Now he is very healthy. Now he is really stronger. He had the ability to kill a cow also. But he did not want to. He was a most amiable bear who did not dream of harming anybody. Note down the word amiable. Amiable meaning friendly. Actually, he had that strength to kill a cow or any other animals. But he was not that wild bear. He was very friendly bear who did not dream of harming anybody, man or beast. He used to sit outside his kennel and look with his small intelligent eyes most amicably at the cattle grazing in the field nearby. But he was not that wild bear who used to scare all the people or other animals. He was such a friendly bear who used to sit in his kennel and he watched all the things what was happening in that house or in that all the place. That's his hobby. He was not that wild bear. And the three shaggy mountain ponies in the stable knew him well and did not mind in the least when he shuffled into the stable with his mistress. The children used to ride on his back and had more than once been found asleep in his kennel between his two ponies. So in that house, in the house of that lady mistress, there were many other pets also and many children used to play with this bear. And in that house we can see 3 dogs also. And all the children and all the other pet animals used to play with him. And human beings also likes fond of this bear very much. And the 3 dogs loved to play all sorts of games with him, pull his ears and his stump of tail and tease him in every way. And the pet dogs who were lived in that house also used to tease him, pull his ears all the time. But this bear don't react. He just enjoyed all that. Then he had never tasted meat. He ate the same food as the dogs and often out the same plate. Bread, porridge, potato, cabbage, turnip. These are the foods that had by this bear. Bread and porridge, the food that is made with oats. And potato, cabbage, turnip. Turnip means onion. These are the food that was eaten by the bear. And he had a fine appetite and his friend the cook saw to it that he got his fill. Bears are vegetarians if they have a chance and fruit is what they like best. So mostly all the other bears, they are non-vegetarians, but this bear, he is a vegetarian. He had his own appetite. He had his own menu. And the cook properly follows his meal. In the autumn, he used to sit and look with wistful eyes at the ripening apples in the orchard. And in his young days, he had been sometimes unable to resist the temptation to climb the trees and help himself to handful of them. Note down the word wistful. Wistful means nostalgic. So, he likes the fruits very much, mainly apples. So, in the autumn season, there is a tree in that house. He tries to climb that tree. And he want to pluck that apple and he want to eat that. So, he used to look at that apples in a nostalgic way. And bears look clumsy and slow in their movements. But try a bear with an apple tree and you will soon find out that he can easily beat any schoolboy at that game. clumsy. Clumsy means careless. So the writer was saying that by seeing a bear, we all thought that, oh, he was a careless thing. That's a careless animal. But here, the writer was saying that he is a great climber. He can climb the trees very easily. And now, he had learned that it was against the law, but he kept his small eyes wide open for any apples that fell to ground. There had also been some difficulties about the beehives. He had been punished for this by being put on the chain for 2 days with a bleeding nose, and he had never done it again. So, sometimes he used to climb the trees, but that was against the law. Actually, that lady don't like that things, like climbing the trees or any other things. So whenever he do any wrong thing, he used to get punishments, like he will be chained, put on chain for 2 or more days, and by bleeding his nose. So he was really scared of that punishment. So he have never done anything like that. Once he done that, then he got that punishment. He was chained for some days, and now he was very scared to do that, climb the trees, pluck the apples. So whenever he was sitting in his place, he was waiting to fall the apples down in the floor. Otherwise, he was never put on the chain except for the night and quiet. Rightly so, for a bear, like a dog, is apt to get somewhat ill-tempered if kept on the chain, and no wonder. So here the writer was saying that it is really hard condition to be chained. He can't walk here and there. He will be chained. He have to still sit on that particular place for a long period of time, like 2 or 3 days. So he really don't like that. He really hate that. Like, as we all know that many of the pet animals like dogs, cat, everything will be chained. Likewise, this bear also be chained whenever he do any wrong things. Okay, so this is the first part of the story. So let's continue the remaining part in the next class. Hope this is clear. Thank you.